In today's episode, we are going to talk about my Bella blouse, the kindness shawl that I'm currently knitting, a pair of leg warmers that I would like to get done before the end of the year, and one new cast on. Let's get started. Good day everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mariette, also known as the Boervrou, and this is episode 53 of the Crafty Stitches Podcast. Today that I'm recording this is Wednesday the 27th of December 2023, even though this episode will go up on the 30th of December. And I'm coming to you from South Africa. So today I brought another new mug to show you. It says coffee solves everything, and it's a new mug that I got as a gift from my friend Leonie from Independence Yarn Crafts. And even though the mug says coffee solves everything, it does not have coffee inside of it. Today I made myself some hot chocolate, and I enjoy my hot chocolate with a big spoon of butter in it. So you will see me stirring my hot chocolate during this episode. Anyway, it is delicious with the butter, I must admit. So today is a little bit of a colder day. The day before yesterday we had 41 millimeters of rain, and yesterday we had 11 millimeters of rain, and it did want to start raining again, but nothing really yet. But it's a little bit cooler than the hot days that we had the past few weeks. But anyway, so let's get into the episode. I am wearing my first finished project. So as you can see, my first finished project is the Bella blouse. I am very happy that it is done. I had quite a few things happen with this one, and again I knitted 3 different sleeve options. I really have to stop this habit. Maybe it'll be a thing for the new year. Try to just do 2 finishings for your armholes. Anyway, so I knit the Bella blouse with the yarn that I got as a gift from my friend Leonie from Independence Yarn Crafts, and this is the label of the yarn. And this is the yarn information. As you would have seen there, it is 100% cotton yarn, and this pattern was designed with, I think it's a 55% cotton, 30% polyamide and 15% silk. So I think my yarn is a little bit heavier, but anyway, I got more or less the same gauge. My row gauge was a bit off. I think I had to do like 6 more rows or rounds to get to 10 centimeters. Anyway, so I contemplated on making the butterfly sleeves, and I actually did make a butterfly sleeve, and I washed and blocked it because first try on it looked not so nice to me. And after I blocked it, I decided that maybe this look is not for me. The sleeve looked a little bit flat or limp to me. I don't know how to describe it. I will put up pictures on the screen, but it felt to me like it is not lying like a little piece of fabric like this. It just, after a few movements, it would just lay here, and I didn't like the look of it. So I finished the other sleeve with the ribbing, and I decided I like that more, and I ripped the sleeve back and finished both the armholes with 1 by 1 rib. I do see that it looks like it has too much fabric here. I don't know if it's maybe just that I made the wrong size, or if it's just because of the fabric or whatever, but it doesn't really bother me that much. It's fine to wear and I'm enjoying it this morning. I have not even blocked the trims because this hasn't been blocked and these has not been blocked, although the rest of the garment has been blocked. But I'm blocking the rest on my body because I wanted to put it on today and wear it and see how it wears. Alright, so what else can I share? If I make this project again, I would definitely shorten the motif a little bit from the top here, not because it is coming high up, but because I would like this to start a little bit higher, like maybe there, and then that will make that this is on my neck. So then I will shorten it like that, something like that, because this is a little bit too long, and this now goes to almost under the middle of my bra here, so you can see it definitely if I'm not wearing anything underneath it. And that was not really the intention, but never mind. I'm very happy with how it came out. I will wear something underneath it, and I will definitely put this in my notes for the next time that I make this project, because I really like this lace effect. I think I might do more of them in the future, but just with this starting there maybe. So I decided I will go and make a note of which row I would like to start the project on, and then just count that amount of rows and note that in the project pattern and on the project page maybe, but in the pattern when I do this again, because I did find that I could shorten this a little bit as well, but with the ribbing it is fine. I'm leaving it as it is, but I could do with a little bit of a shorter, I don't know what you would call this, the top piece of the garment. I would like this to be a little bit shorter as well. So anyway, that is the things that I would like to change in the next one. I used 201 grams of this yarn, and having a 500 gram cone, I can actually make another one with this yarn if I wanted to. So I might make another project with the rest of the yarn, not right away, but it is on my list. I did ball up the rest of the yarn that I used for the butterfly sleeve, and I am going to make a hank of that and wash it with hotish water to get all of the kinks out, and then just cake it up and put it away with the cone. I did cast on for size 6 and I decreased the body to size 4, so that gave me nice A-line shaping, and I'm very glad I did that because I think it looks very nice. And what else did I change? I don't think I changed anything else. I did do 2 different types of bind-offs for the neckline because it felt a bit big to me. I did a normal lifted bind-off where you just knit a stitch, knit the next one and lift the previous over the second one to try and not have it too stretchy, so that it can will keep its shape. And then for these I did Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off so that I can have a little bit more stretch around my arms, because I find that I don't like to have this stiff of a bind off on my arms. So that is what I did for the bind offs. So for the cast on edge that is a bit stiff and does not have much stretch to it, is not bothering me at all. It seems that the bottom hem is big enough so that it doesn't bother me at all. I think that is it for this project. Very happy with this one, and I'm glad I could finally add it to my wardrobe. I wanted to finish it this year still, and I've accomplished that one. Anyway, so the second project that is finished this week is my Shortie Socks that I wanted to shorten the foot length of. I actually did fix them, but then I forgot that I'm supposed to show them on the podcast, and I wore them, and this morning when I started doing some laundry, I actually put it into water to wash it, and now I don't have it to show. So I will put a picture up of it here. I did fix the length and it is absolutely spot on in the foot length. Very happy that I did repack and fixed that. Right, then we can move on to works in progress, and I will share with you all of the projects that I'm working on currently. Right, the first project that I would like to share is the kindness shawl that I'm currently knitting for myself. I am using the 100% superwash merino 4-ply yarn from Knotty Habit. That is the colorway name. This is the yarn cake. And I'm loving this yarn. It is so pretty. I'm actually contemplating doing this on straight needles. Feels a little bit of a waste to me to have such a long cable to work on such a small project. Anyway, I think it will become wider, so maybe that's not a good idea, but anyway. Right, so this is what I have so far. In the previous episode, I was at this little stitch marker from Annegret from Pincushion Crafts. And I think I will quickly move that. Go. And yes, this project has not seen a lot of work on it in the past 2 weeks. I was a bit busy with Bella Blouse, but I am moving a little bit with this project. And just for interest's sake, this dangling thing around here is actually one of those little bread clip things that you would get on bread. Now, we don't buy bread because I bake the bread, but I got this from a bag of avocados, and it's a very handy thing to keep long strands of yarn intact, because as you can see here, I am using a string as a marker as suggested in this pattern, and every time you need more yarn, you can just unclip a little bit and you have more yarn. So I saw this on Instagram, I think, and it's a very handy idea, and I definitely like using it. Otherwise, I keep tangling this long string of yarn in my working yarn. I am knitting it on 3.5mm needles as per the pattern, and yes, I'm doing the kindness shawl, which is part of the 4 of a kind pattern, one of the 4. So I think this might see more love in the coming weeks. Right, kindness shawl done. Then the second work in progress that I would like to share is one that I actually would like to get finished this year. I'm not sure if it is possible, but I am going to try. I still have 4 days, including today. Maybe I can do it. I don't know. We shall see. Anyway, this is the leg warmer that I designed and knit for my husband. So it looks very funny. It comes on like this on the leg, and then obviously it's a leg warmer. Anyway, so it's shaped so it's decreased to the bottom, and this is the first one that I made. You've worn this and it's working and staying put where it should. So I'm knitting the second one, and yes, you are seeing correctly, I am knitting it on DPNs. So this is where it is so far. So it's almost halfway. You can basically say it's halfway because I'm starting to decrease already. I don't know. Anyway, so this is the leg warmers. This is the second one that I'm knitting, and I've already placed a marker to mark the progress from today. This is also a stitch marker by Annegret from Pincushion Crafts. This yarn is a 100% acrylic yarn. It is the L Poolskine in the light grey colorway. I unfortunately do not know where the ball band is, and I thought I'm not gonna go look for it. I do know what it is, so that is fine. So I just started the decreases on this one, and yeah, I don't know, I'm enjoying the DPNs. This is like, I think these are pony DPNs, but they only came in a set of 4. So currently I'm using a extra plastic DPN of the same size that I have in my knitting needle stash. So yeah, because I must admit I really like the knitting with 5 DPNs more than the 4. The 4 just feels a little bit too little for me. I'm not sure how to really describe it. It's not as flexible as the 4 for me. So that is what I'm doing currently. Let's see if I can get this finished by the end of the year. I would really like to have it finished this year. Have I said that already a million times? I think so. Anyway, so that is what I'm doing, and I'm going to try to achieve my goal. We will see. At least since the previous episode, I have started and knitted on it. Alright, and then after I finished the first sleeve on the Bella blouse, I was very discouraged, and I was thinking, ugh, I've knitted so much on the sleeve, because the sleeve I think has more stitches at the end than the body. And after I bound it off, and I thought, this is maybe not for me, I was a little bit discouraged, and I decided to wash and block it overnight and leave it under the fan. And then I said to my friend Leonie, I am somewhere starting a sock now, because I need to do something to make myself feel better. So I did. I started a sock. So I bought this yarn at the Johannesburg Stoepmark from Colors of Amalfi. And this is the colorway name. So this yarn is a 75% virgin wool and 25% polyamide blend. It's got 425 meters on 100 grams, and I really like this for socks for my husband. So I'm also knitting this pair of socks on DPNs. And I'm using the Knit Pro Smart Sticks 14 centimeter DPNs for this one. And this is what I have so far. I have just knit 2 rounds after finishing the toe, and I'm really liking how this yarn is looking. It's like a little bit of a variegated yarn. I really like it a lot. So this is what it looks like in the cake. And I really like the ball bands because it shows you what it would look like when knit up. And that is partly why I chose this one, because I didn't want to make stripy socks. I wanted something more blended. But anyway, so that is the socks. This is the DB Toe Up Socks pattern by me. And I'm knitting the 72 stitch sock for Anton, my husband. And what else? I think that's about it. I am, however, using my little DPN cozy to keep my stitches secured and not falling off the needles when I put it in and out of a project bag. So I just made this one day. And I really like these. I used to use them on my circular needles as well, but I did find that it is not that good for the circular needles, because when you add the circular needles in here, you bend the cable quite sharply. I don't think it's too good to always put so much stress on the joints of the interchangeable needles, so I stopped using that on the interchangeable needles, but I still use it on the DPN, and I don't know how I did it, but it fits this DPNs as if it's made for them. So I'm very happy about that, and I'm using that for the socks. I think that's all of the works in progress that I can share today. I am still working on the garment design that I've been doing for the past month or 3, can't remember. But that is going very well at this stage. I seem to have worked out all of the problems that I had, and I now understand the construction much better, and yeah, it seems that I'm getting there. So one of these days I might be able to share this design, and I'm super excited about it. A garment project is quite an undertaking, and if you have not designed one before, the first one I think will always give you a little bit of headaches that you did not expect along the way. But I'm learning and I'm really enjoying it, and I am super excited to share it with you in the not too distant future. Alright, what else is there? I think we can move on to find out what's been happening. Alright, so if you do not know this yet, I am on leave and I am resting, and I'm enjoying this time off, not doing too much work, just checking in on emails and checking in to see that the website's still going and that type of thing. So I'm not doing lots of work. In the first week of my leave, I did do a little bit of maths and things for my garment design, but I knew that that was going to be there, so I wanted to get that done and all of the big jobs for my brain done in the first week, so that I can just enjoy the rest of the leave, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. So the next thing that happened is not really yarn related, although it relates to my yarn and knitting life. So I just thought I'll mention it quickly here. And my friend Leonie from Independence Yarn Crafts actually mentioned this book in one of her episodes. It is called Building a Second Brain, And I started looking into it after I had a little bit of a discussion with her, and I am deciding to implement the systems for, let's say, 6 months and see how it works for me. I started using Microsoft OneNote as my note-taking app, and I got the thing to talk with my phone and my computer. So that if I make notes on my phone, it gets onto my computer, and the other way around. So I am trying this, and I will keep you posted on how it works for me, but I thought I will just mention it here. Maybe if you need a little bit of a system or something to clean up your digital life, because my knitting notes and knitting pattern notes and pattern notes for the future was busy drowning me. So now I'm getting all of those things sorted out, and I know that when I have a little bit of time, I can just go to one folder and I've got all of the notes for future knitting projects there, and I can just pick one and work on it, and I would know where I was last time I was working on it. So maybe if you're interested and you want to, you can check that out. So as I said, my garment design is going well, and I'm looking forward to sharing it soon. Very excited about this one. Then the next episode of the Surplus Yarn Stories that I host with my friend Liani from Independence Yarn Crafts will be up on the 31st of December 2023 at 5 o'clock South African Standard Time. We will be premiering the video, so you will be able to see it already on the channel. It will just show the time that it will be premiering, and we are looking forward to seeing you there and chatting with you for the last episode of the year. Cannot believe that another year has passed, but we had a lot of fun. It is pre-recorded, and we really had a lot of fun recording it and getting together for recording it. And yeah, anyway, I hope you are looking forward to that episode, and we hope to see you there. I think that is everything that I had to share with you today. I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you to all of the subscribers and all of the new people and everybody that came and visited me through the podcast, left a comment, left a like, subscribed. All of your support through this whole year has meant quite a lot to me, and I am very, very grateful for everybody that came together in this little community that is here on YouTube. So with that, thank you so much for watching this episode and for supporting me through this year. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. If you are new, I hope that you enjoyed this content and that you will consider sticking around. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more of my content. And I will see you in the next one. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.